Do anybody make real shit anymore?
Put the word on the gram, or get kept, but just toss that ham in the frying pan. I stand it done when I come and slam. Damn, I feel like the son of Sam. Don't make me wreck. Let's get the check, got me going like General Electric. And the lights are blinking. I'm thinking it's all over when I go out drinking. Oh, making my mind slow. That's why I don't with the big oh, though I got to maintain. Cause it like me, it's going insane.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. TC the G. I see you in there. I'm gonna let you in right now. But for the most part, thank you everyone that's come through. Especially Disco El Man Monopolo. Anyways, without further ado, here's TC the G.
Hey, hey, Norbies. Hey.
Can you hear me? Just to make sure.
Oh, yes, I can.
All right. I see you got yourself a headset today.
I've been having the headset, but I had like a little stand. And then I was like, you know what? I can't really even hear myself. I was looking back at our videos and I was like, wait a second. I sound very far away. Maybe I should just put the headset on.
So what were you using before?
The same thing, but I had it like in a little stand. Like I just put the headset
Oh,
right there, But
so now you
good.
can really hear
I'll be a
yourself.
gamer today.
So you can hear yourself a little bit more better now.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's great. All right, 4th of July. Wait, do you guys do anything down there for 4th of July?
They do it in playas. Playas is like it's the border right there where it connects with the states, in San Diego. So
Yeah.
people from San Diego, they come down and you can see the fireworks, and people do get together right there in playas.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, they
Did
do.
you find out?
No,
Aside from that, how's your day been?
it's been good. I spend it at home today. We had the day off as well because I work for an American company or U.S. company. So I was at home with my kids. I
Hey,
estaba limpiando, so you know what it is,
that's
Mexican
right.
moms.
That's cool. That's always good when you could do
And
that.
you?
You know what? I kind of took the day off a bit today. I took a chill. I actually went to go watch a movie.
Oh, you did? Which one?
Yeah, I went to go watch 28 Weeks Later. Have you heard of that?
20 No, 28
No, I'm
weeks
trying to say
later?
no, no, no. It's 28 years later. That's what it is.
Oh, no, I have not.
Now, are you familiar with that one? There's another one. There was another one that came out before that. It was the first one was came out like I don't know 20 years ago. I don't know if you might not
No. What's
know.
it about? What's it about?
It's pretty much a zombie movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like the end of times? I'm sorry.
yeah. For the most part, it's all based in the UK, where some dude the original one uh wakes up like in a hospital, and I guess he was in a coma, and he wakes up to like nobody being around, and then all of a sudden, boom, a bunch of zombies start popping out, and he just spends every day trying to survive. That movie came out in when 2002.
Oh,
2002.
wow. Before I
Yeah,
even graduated high school.
yeah,
Been a
yeah.
while.
So it came out way back.
I was
But
12. How old were you?
I think I was like 60 at the time.
Oh, stop it. What? What do you guys say in Tony's show? You're lifeless, ageless, or what? You're
I'm a timeless
lifeless.
spirit. I'm a timeless spirit.
There you go.
There is no age for me. I like to keep it like that way. That way, I really do believe that I will stay younger if I don't ever remember my age.
That reminds me of that one clip with what's his name? The guy that did Purple Rain. What is his name?
Prince.
Prince. Prince. He has like a clip like that, right? Have you seen
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah. Actually, you know what's funny that you would say that because I kind of got an inspiration off of that video also. I
Oh,
thought, boy,
okay.
he looks really young. That guy was like, I don't know, 50. Still looked like he was in mid 20s.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, he looked good for his age.
I don't.
I aim to go towards that, but aside from that, yeah, it was a good movie. I'd recommend it if you get any time. Go check out 28 Years Later. It's a pretty good
Okay.
movie. I didn't think
Mhm.
it was gonna be that good, but I was actually surprisingly impressed by it.
Okay. I might check it out now that you're saying that. You're giving us so much promo. They should pay. They should pay you.
All right, let's see. I know, right? Carlos says, "What up, y'all? Hi, TC the G."
What's up, Carlos? Aquí
All
andamos con el Norbies.
right. So you last time we didn't get to a topic that you wanted to get to, right? And I want to make sure that this time around we got to that topic.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was that one video that I sent to you, or like that one clip with the girl was like, what was she saying? I
I
think I
think
sent.
I think I could probably still I could might be able to play it.
Oh, cool.
Let me see.
But what about Prince wearing pumps? What do you think about that when he was wearing heels?
When he was wearing heels, I mean, yeah, that's his own thing. I'm okay with the age stuff. The rest of the stuff I can't relate to it.
Yeah, it's a little funny.
Is it hot over there where you guys are at?
It's hot. It was hot earlier. Now it's getting cold. Cool. Cold.
I think
Cold.
right now it's very humid. Shout out to Oni 64. Okay, I'm gonna play the audio and you tell me if
Cubo.
this one's it.
Can a woman ever recover from being an OF never model?
Yeah.
No. What? Absolutely not. But she changed her life, Sarah. She found God, Sarah. Well, okay, let me reiterate. Can she recover? Yes. Will she have the best options of high value, high earning masculine men? No. But she it doesn't matter. She's accident. She sold her body on the internet. She's accident People now. Have seen her busted, spread wide open. There's no way. She dressed modestly now. She is a can a woman ever recover?
All right, now that's from your page, right?
Yeah, I reposted it. I reposted it.
Everybody wants to look at it. Go to TC the G on Instagram and you can watch the video. So she's pretty much saying what, like an OnlyFans girl can never be a regular girl anymore.
Yeah, like she can never really come back to the dating scene as a regular girl. Like she's never gonna be seen the same as a regular, I guess you can say, housewife. What do you think? Would you be able to overlook that if you were dating an OnlyFans girl?
Um, I don't know. I've asked myself that question before because I know a few girls that do OnlyFans, and I do wonder like if I could end up actually being in a relationship with them because even though they're putting like half naked pictures on there, they obviously have guys that are sending her money. I don't know. That's a tough situation. Well, I mean, are we talking about like while they're on it or when they're off it? When they come off it, they gave it up and they just want a normal life. Like, what situation are you talking about?
I think the girl is saying after she already give up the lifestyle.
After
So
she already gave it the love. I mean, for the most part, for me, I mean, I gotta look at the bullet points. You know.
all the good stuff versus the bad stuff. Oh, got you.
All right, let's get the first one out of there. Clearly, she probably has a good amount of money at this point.
Well, that's true. She can pay for your stuff, definitely.
Well, I'm not saying I need her to pay for my stuff, but I am I am okay for the fact that I know I don't have to buy her any stuff. She could buy her anything she wants from herself. So I gotta assume she doesn't want me for my money. At least that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's true. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Unless she's
Or
willing
sh
to no,
uh-huh.
go ahead.
No, I say, or she'll lose her respect for you, or she
Yeah,
won't really
right.
have that much respect for you, I guess.
Well, I mean, I would hope that she would just say, you know what, I don't need him to buy me anything. I'll just buy. I'll do the opposite. I'll buy him everything.
Oh, snappers? That's right, Norbees. Get that.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a bad deal to me.
It doesn't.
Uh, but I don't know. I think I it's tough because hookers have the same problem. They don't know if they could come back to a regular life after a street life. Especially here in LA. Shout out to Lisa Duran. Especially here in LA. There's a place called the Blade where on Figueroa where there's a
Yeah.
lot of them. For the most part, it's tough for them to come back because once they get pulled over by the cops, they got a record.
Yeah.
And once they have a record, anyone that tries to hire and does the background check, they're gonna see, oh, she was a hooker, and then they don't
Mhm.
hire them no more.
Like a
Like,
felon.
as far as from the dating scene, the work scene, it's also pretty much blacklist them unless they want to hire somebody with that background.
Yeah, it depends where they're applying, for sure.
Yeah, that too. But it's tough because so many people, men have seen it, and then men have seen them, men have talked to them, and I don't know. I don't think I think it would be a very difficult situation to have a deep connection with somebody that has so many connections. I mean, it's tough from what I can see. Carlos says I would definitely hire an ex hooker.
He said hire. Of course you would hire.
You know what? Somebody with a heart is gonna hire. Oh, she did some street work. All right, that's cool. I mean, now she wants to work at AutoZone. That's cool too.
That's true.
She,
Not married though, but hire, yeah, for sure. Hopefully.
yeah,
Hopefully.
at least that. But I mean, marriage, man. Well, I mean,
I think
would
because
you
guys are
be?
territorial, right? Guys are like very territorial. I think that's what it comes down to, right? Like
Yeah.
more than the action is more like guys are like that somebody like you said, somebody touched that so many times, there's no value to it or I
Well,
think
I
you guys
mean,
yeah.
it's going to be tough because a lot of these guys record that stuff. They record them, and then now they're on the internet. They could be on the internet at any given point. Like, let's say you marry them, you somehow, some way, you become a politician or a YouTuber, and all of a sudden now you have your wife's naked pictures and naked videos all over the internet.
No, that's no bueno. Unless you look too good, unless you look really good. I mean, I don't know. Look at
And
Carlos.
I say that because there's actually a podcaster out there that happened to him. Uh, Chris from Arizona is stopping by to show some love. Thank you for that. And only we're gonna get to your question also. Um, Carlos says he would marry one. Also, shout out to Carlos.
Good luck. I know.
Man,
I wish you the best. I wish you the best. No, no, no.
I totally got out of my what I was gonna say too. Dang, where was I going with what I was saying? I completely distracted myself on that one. Where was I going?
With the hookers, with the
Yeah,
blade on the Blade Street, you said, or they're on
no, no,
Blade.
at the very end, something about them being on videos on the
Oh
internet.
yeah, recording. Yeah.
I already have recordings and oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I know of a YouTuber, and he's a male YouTuber that did have OnlyFans, and
Oh,
he did do the nasty stuff that people do on there. And like I just said earlier, like
what do you
people
mean nasty stuff? Like
well,
gross stuff, or just regular sex, or what do you mean?
like porno stuff, kind of like yeah, like porno stuff, kind of. Yeah, actually,
Like
no,
regular porn, you mean, or
yeah,
like
regular porn,
hardcore shit?
regular
Oh, okay.
amateur porn.
Oh,
I would
okay.
say,
Soft porn.
yeah. Is that you?
Oh, my son is on there.
Oh, should we not be talking about this then?
He needs to get off. I don't know what he's doing there. Elijah, please get off, okay? Thank you.
All right, so this
He's just showing support.
all right, shout out to little man. So for the most part, this YouTuber did that. And he's a male, right? He's a guy.
Uh, yeah.
And then about maybe he's got sad faces. So he did that like maybe I don't know, maybe like 5 to 10 years back. So all of a sudden, all of that stuff comes back. Somebody pulls it out because I don't know. He had some weird accusations, and somehow, some way, somehow people found the stuff that he had on there, and they started putting that out there, and they just made him look worse because now they could see, oh well, this guy was doing some weirdo, nasty shit online, but it was OnlyFans,
Yeah.
like that. That's kind of expected to for that to happen, but for the most part, people made it seem like that was some regular internet, like they were on YouTube or something, you know.
Yeah.
But
There was
no,
this guy. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
no. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, there was this guy that I used to work with, and he would always bring it up. He would bring up, "I want to work for OnlyFans. I want to work for OnlyFans." And I'd be like, "Well, why don't you do it? Like, what are you waiting for?" But he was like, "Oh no, my girl won't let me. My girl won't let me." But that fool would like, he was like really trying to like really do it. Like he wouldn't stop talking about it. And I was like, "Damn, dude, like you're either really packing or like you just I don't understand why you just keep talking about this. Like you just like I want to be on OnlyFans. Like, dude, like what are you trying to say? Like you already told me that. Like you have a big dig or like what's really going on? Like what are you trying to tell me?"
Well, as far as I can tell, that's like the guy's only selling point on these things. If you're
Right.
packing, then
Yes.
you're probably gonna have a show. Chris from Arizona says my super chat isn't showing. Let's see if I can find it. Give me 1 second to see where it's at. Let's see. I could open YouTube right here so I could check that stuff out. Yeah, he said he put a super chat on there.
Oh,
Let me see where is it. See if we can find it right here. Okay, let me go to the studio. There it is. And there it is. Okay. Should be able to jump into it, but apparently I cannot. I could see it.
oh wow. He's saying.
All right. He said he has a super chat somewhere around here.
So what's up with the sexting too as well though? Now that we're talking about that, I know I've dated a couple of guys like in my previously like time ago, but a lot of them would send me like dick pics, and it's like, dude, what are you guys doing? Like
Wait, who?
this this
Wait,
is
what are
this
we?
is some
Wait, wait, wait,
this is
wait,
some
wait, wait,
freaky
wait.
stuff. Like I didn't know guys were into that too. Like just
Wait, let's
send.
rewind that back, TC, because I missed a big part right there. Chris from Arizona, I don't see it, so hopefully it didn't, because I don't want to get charged and then not being able to read your super chat or show it. So
Estás muerto, Norberto.
my
Wow.
apologies to that. But TC, yeah, okay, let's rewind it back. Where were we talking about here with
So
dick
we're
pics and stuff?
yeah. No, we're talking about the porn. This is how I'm getting into this, right? Because I know I've dated a couple of guys before, right?
Yeah,
I'm not, and I don't know why they think. I don't know if they think it's romantic or what the real reason is, but I have received a couple of like dick pics,
yeah,
and I'm just like, these are some like freaky ass dudes, like just getting a hard on and then taking a picture and then sending it to me. Like, what's really going on nowadays with guys? Like that's crazy, and I had to tell him, like, don't send me those pics. You know why? Because my kids they go on my phone.
yeah,
So it's not good that you're sending me those pics. I mean, I thank you, I appreciate it, I love it, but please don't because my kids are like
yeah,
on my phone. So that's not
yeah.
that's not
They're gonna you let them know, hey, you're gonna expose my kid if you send those pics because they be using this.
exactly.
What's it called? I don't know. For me, you know what? I've always said, guys, if you're gonna send dick pics to like girls, send somebody else's. Don't send yours because that's gonna come back to haunt you. You don't want
And then,
you don't want that haunting you. So I always say, go
that's false
online.
advertisement though. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, for the most part, you're gonna choose one that's more similar to yours, but at least at the end, if they try to blackmail you with it, you could easily say, "Well, funny for it." I mean, jokes on you. It's not mine. Chris
Jokes on you.
Chris from Arizona, he says, "Yeah, that's a little weird just to send you a dick pic out of nowhere. That is
Right,
weird."
Chris? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I'll be honest with you, TC. The only
Yeah.
time I've ever sent one is through a request. That's it.
Wow, that's
Somebody
crazy. Yeah.
requested that, and I oblige, and then I send her some other dudes. Because I'm serious. I'm not sending mine. Hell no. You got to
You're
be
not
married to me to get those
hey,
kind of pictures.
that's what I'm saying too. That's what I told him too. Like, hey, first you have to get married. You can't just get this out of nowhere. Like, what are you talking about? You can have those videos when we're married, not or those pictures.
Exactly.
That's too much.
That is too much.
Yeah.
Carlos said, LOL. I would say, güey, esto no es para ti, güey.
Ivan.
Ivan's he's a critic tonight. You know what? Nadie
Ivan.
entiende, güey. Well, at least you're here, Ivan. At least you're
Thanks,
here.
Ivan.
Yeah, shout out to Ivan. But yeah, I've never myself sent those pics. I never understood why guys would do that, and I have a lot of female friends that actually tell me that guys just send it to them like out of nowhere. I have no request, no nothing. They just bam, here you go. What do you think? But TC, let me ask you:
Yeah.
would some girls be impressed by it from a random dick pic? Are they like, well, okay, well that actually did impress me, so I might actually
Well, I was impressed with one of them, but I didn't move forward, you know? It just doesn't make sense, you know? There is some girls out there that were like, "Oh, yeah," you know, because that's what they're just not in control of their emotions and their vagina, I guess. But overall, you should have some kind of control, you know? Like, no, it looks nice. That's what I told that fool. That it looks nice, but no, thank you, you know? Like, we're good.
You know what?
Or-
I would never. I don't think I've ever requested that from a female, as far as I can tell. I've never actually requested like I don't know, some titty shots or some tooth shot.
no,
It
that's
never came
good.
to mind. I don't know why.
No, that's good for it to
You
see
know
it in
what?
real person, in person.
I think back in the day, a lot of people were doing that kind of stuff, like on live chats. Like before all this stuff was going on, where we could see each other like this. I mean, you had old school like chat rooms, right?
Yeah.
And the chat rooms, you could enter into a private chat room with one person. And I think right there, a lot of people from what I remember were sharing kind of pictures like that to each other.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like high schooling, like something that you would do in high school or something, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Chris remembers, no, no, I do not sell my pics to Taco Bell.
You said your pics were Taco Bell.
I'm gonna get banned if I do that. But it's funny. There's a story from Taco Bell in the harbor, no, in San Pedro. It actually came out in the news that the some customers found out that they were having they were having, what do you call them? They were having orgies in there.
Really?
Yeah, at a Taco Bell in San Pedro, they were having orgies.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
I,
like, damn.
yeah, I was dating one guy. I worked at Taco Bell one time, and then I was dating one guy from Taco Bell, and then he had a girlfriend from Taco Bell. After we dated, like he broke up, we were kind of like still in touch, you know. But then he ended up dating this other girl from Taco Bell, and then he told me that they used to like do it in the freezer and stuff like that. And I was like, oh,
What?
damn, that's
In the
crazy.
freezer?
Yeah, it was like some high
I,
school shit, you know, like you just go to the back, you know, just
I don't
real
think I'd
real
be able
quick.
to do that. That that
Yeah,
that, that it's
that's
getting
true, right? Or
too
maybe
cold in there.
that's true, or whatever they went. That's true. Maybe it wasn't the freezer. Maybe it was just the back where the
I mean,
trash.
maybe the refrigerator, but not the freezer, because
True.
a guy is not that's not a guy's best friend when they go inside a freezer. So a refrigerator is probably okay, but a freezer, you're definitely gonna disappoint her.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably the refrigerator.
I would hope so. But yeah, they were having full on freaking orgies in there. I was like, damn, that now that I don't know. That is, would you consider that a work benefit?
I wouldn't, but I could see how other people would.
I say this much, I would not eat there anymore.
True, right?
I don't know
Yeah.
what kind of juices are flowing out there. I would feel
What's
dirty. I think they actually did close it down because they realized people were probably not gonna want to eat in there, knowing that.
sanitation?
I'm just trying to figure out how do you get everyone at work to just agree to do something like that? Like, who do you start with? Is it manager? Is it a
Show
bottom?
hands.
I
Who
think it's
wants
gonna be.
to?
I think I'm gonna say that it's probably gonna be a girl, one of the females, maybe two, that
Really?
introduces it.
Oh, snappers?
Unless it's what do you think? You think it would be a guy that would push that, or it would be more of girl? And I say girl
No,
because I
I
feel like
think you're right. I think you're right because the guys will be more scared of going to jail.
yeah, you're right. For the most part, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe some of the females or one female said, "So, what do you think? We all just start doing it in here."
So, guys,
Because I'm serious. I'm like, how do you say something like that while you're working there at Taco Bell after you guys all cleaned up and the registers are closed, you deposited the money, and everybody say, "All right, guys, let's get our freak on."
so you guys want to fuck?
Right? Well, you know what? I gotta imagine you have to like drank or something. I don't think anybody could have done that
We're
sober.
probably drunk. That you're right. They
They're
probably were
probably like,
drinking with a
listen,
Baja Blast with some with some Don Julio.
damn, that actually sounds good. A Baja Blast with Don Julio. And they got the Slurpee things too. So
Icy. Oh, nice.
you can get fucked up off of that.
Hell yeah.
I might be down.
Shit. That sounds good. That sounds good. Might make it inside to the back room to the refrigerator.
Right? Well, that's what I'm wondering too. It had to have been somewhere in the back where they did it, you know,
Definitely.
because they couldn't be up there in the front. I don't think they have any curtains. So they must have been like somewhere in the kitchen where they have the storage all packed up in the little room. I gotta assume maybe 4 or 5 workers
Yeah, that's crazy.
for my
That's a,
guess.
that's a
Not
lot
that
of
I was there,
juices.
but that that's the scenario I'm looking at this point. Let's see. JG Bulldog. Norbis, who you running the fade with next? That's a very good question.
Ooh, snappers.
For me, for that show, Run the Fade, I always said before I was, destroying a lot of these YouTubers. I eventually just wanted to use that show to like, talk about certain people, even politicians. And I think for now, like, there's a lot of politicians I could talk shit about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, well, with everything that's going on, I think that's one thing I would probably look into. Like, I don't know, right now, Trump is a good he's a good target right now to talk about. All right, let's see. Here's Lua Cruz says a question for the guest. What does your guest think of your friend? Oh, now I know.
I seen that one. I seen those interviews or those shows.
Yeah, but that guy, I like it when the people that want to talk smack come in here. But you know what? I just realized too. I know I did some posting. I know you hear scratches. That's like my dog trying to get in. I don't know if you
Thanks.
can hear that.
Oh yeah, we can hear him. Yeah, 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 I can hear him.
Yeah, he's freaking out. Well, let me see if I could check
He
this
wants your
out.
love.
He does. Oop, gotta make sure I put that down. Let's see. I don't even know if anybody put anything there, but it does show quite a few. That was a big one.
Oh, they're spamming. They're being haters. They're hating.
No, 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 no. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here's one from Chris from Arizona. Never said I didn't read your question. He did say, my question for you, Norbis, is God gave the Israelites corn for their journey. Where does corn come from? And what culture still thrives on, uses it to this day? I think that was a dead giveaway, word what he's talking about. TC, who do you think he's talking about?
The corn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, natives, right? Or it came from our land, or
Yep.
yeah,
Corn originally came from Mexico.
and
So
vanilla too, and chocolate.
yeah, and rubber and shrooms.
We're gangster like that, guys. Shit.
It's the culture that keeps on giving. Let's see. Only 6-4 says Trump is losing his mind like Biden. What do you think? Have you seen what's going on with Trump?
I asked my son today. I was like, "What do you think I should talk about in the show with Norby's son?" And he told me something about Donald Trump having those detainment centers or something like that in the border or things like that.
Yeah.
And I told him, it's totally a business. When they're doing that, he's taking advantage because jail and all that stuff. It's really a business. It's not. But yeah, it's just a business. They make money out of that.
For the most part, somebody is definitely making money off of that. And you know what? And I said
And then
something
Trump is the
today.
owner. He said, "I'm sorry."
I said something about this, like those camps like that. I don't know. Have you heard about that alligator camp or
Mm. I
yeah,
have not.
alligator trash or something like that? Anyway, they built a camp that's inside in Florida where it's surrounded by swamp and crocodiles.
Mm.
So for the most part, they're using these crocodiles as like the security for the camp. Like if one of the immigrants
Snappers.
try to break out of there, and swim, they're gonna have to deal with alligators.
Some crazy ass people have to think of those things. Like, really, dude? Like that's oh yeah, you know what? Let's put some crocodiles in there and kill their ass. It's like, damn, like, are you okay? You
Well,
need a hug? You need a hug? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're so mean. That's
but it's funny you would say
crazy.
it like that though, because that's how pretty much Trump said it. He said if they get out, they can't go straight. They got to go side to side, and then they got to avoid it, or else they'll get eaten.
Oh, this
And he
fool.
was just smiling and laughing the whole time he was saying that.
That's crazy. Like, dude, are you okay? Like, damn. So much hate in your heart.
Right now, yeah, him and his whole people. I mean, but that's what people don't get. And a lot of the a lot of it's funny because I see a lot of the podcasters and rappers that were pushing to vote for him, like they're
Right.
getting so much backlash right now. And now they're getting what? That's not what I voted for. I didn't know it was gonna go that far. Yes, you did.
You
Yes, you
think they
did.
did?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I knew he was gonna go that far. I mean, how many criminals, actual criminals, can he deport? I mean, maybe a few thousand, but that's it. Where are you gonna get the rest of the criminals?
true.
You know.
I met a few good-hearted people that actually were like really thinking that Trump was going to do good, or that Trump was a better option than Biden. But I guess I mean I don't know. Can't really like
Well,
say
I've
too
always
much about that.
since I think I don't know 2008 2005 I've always been voting third party. Like I totally gave up on Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
Like and somebody tried to call me out like no you when you were on with Tony you always kept supporting Trump stuff. And I told them look,
Oh,
go
that's
back
right.
watch it again. You'll clearly hear me say every single time, okay, that might be better, but I'm still not gonna vote for the guy. I'm always gonna vote third party because I don't believe either side. So you're never gonna catch me voting for these guys.
Yeah, yeah, and like you're saying, Tony was one of them, right? I think he thought maybe he was gonna. I don't think he really knew he was gonna go. I mean, I don't know Tony like
Yeah.
face to face, but I'm
Well,
thinking
I
he
mean,
maybe thought it.
he did say in a few of the shows that if he ever started going back on what he promised, he would be one of the ones to call him out on it.
Oh,
So
okay.
ready on that, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got Johnny Solorio says, "What's cracking, Norbies? Much love and respect." What's cracking right here? Friday night with TC the G. It doesn't get any
Hey,
better than that.
so sweet.
I try. Only 64 says, "Have you ever tasted alligator meat?"
I
TC.
ha- I had taken a bite. I didn't like it.
Really? No
Yeah,
way. How did that
yeah.
happen?
There's a restaurant here in Tijuana that they sell like specialty meats, and one of them is alligator meat. So
Really?
yeah, and they also have like ostrich meat or something like that. But alligator meat is one of them, man. My son ate a whole burger, and you don't want to know how that freaking restaurant smelled afterwards. I was like, oh no, you don't want to eat any more
Really?
alligator. Yeah, that
Okay,
was
wait, wait.
horrible. It was
What
horrible
was
to
the
smell.
flavor that you were getting off alligator meat?
It was no flavor. It was like maybe I was mentally blocking myself, but it was just like I just couldn't. I just it was like the smell was like foul, like like
Really?
death. Maybe it was just me.
Wow. Okay, well, you definitely got that one over me because I have never had alligator meat. What other meats did they have in there?
They have like
Ostrich meat.
ostrich meat. They got other stuff I don't recall exactly, but yeah, definitely alligator and definitely ostrich.
And this is in Baja California, right?
Yeah, right here in Tijuana, it's called Baja Pit. They also do like those ribs, like barbecue ribs.
You say it's called Baja
Baja
what?
Pit.
Let's see. Let me see if I can look it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Put Tijuana.
Baja Pit, Tijuana.
Uh-huh.
What the?
Baja
I
Barbecue
don't.
Pit.
Baja Pit, Baja California. Baja Pits. Yeah. No, wait. No. Okay. They show something about race cars.
Oh no, maybe put barbecue. Baja Barbecue Pit.
Baja Barbecue Pit.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I see that one right there. Let's see. I think they have it in TripAdvisor. I'm trying to see if they have the menu so I could see what kind of actual like meat they have over there. You said ostrich, and you said alligator or crocodile.
One of those, alligator or crocodile, but it was definitely one of those.
Really?
Yeah, tienen avestruz. I'm looking at it too. Cocodrilo is alligator or one of those. Avestruz is the ostrich. Jabalí is like that pig, but not a pig. The wild pig.
Really?
Yeah, they have a few.
Boar?
Boar. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. You got it.
Okay, so I could here we go. Here we go. Let's see.
Shady Loke. You worked at Televista? That's right. I never worked there. I applied, but I was like, nah, that's they wanted me to work too many hours.
Okay, they have. Let's see. Well, I can't see anything. They have wagyu,
I'll send you the. I'll
but I
send
can
you
see
the.
they have buffalo, elk. I
Yeah,
think
there
I
you.
don't. Is that? Oh no, that's boar, ostrich, and crocodile. Oh
Yeah,
wow, those are the
yeah.
five meats.
Exotic burgers. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, exotic burgers.
Come
Well,
down
now
to Tijuana, Oni.
it's 160 pesos, right? Is that what I'm seeing there? How much
One.
would that be
Yeah.
in dollars?
$1 is 18 pesos. So
So
whatever it is divided by 18.
I can't do that in my head right now.
Which one are you looking at? 150?
160.
160 divided by 18 is 8 with 90 cents.
Oh, that's not bad for a burger. That's probably wagyu.
Yeah, the prices are pretty close to the US because we're right here at the border, so they're not
Yeah.
too far. Yeah.
I think for the most part, everybody expects it to be like super cheap over there.
Yeah, not here in Tijuana, maybe more down south.
Yeah, at least, I mean, for me, at least I do, in a sense. I do. I would hope that it's a lot cheaper, but I hear it's not.
Not everything. There is some places and there are some things, but not everything, for sure.
Let's see.
They take advantage that they know that there's a lot of tourists, as well, so they
Johnny
do it on
Solorio
purpose.
says, yeah, but everyone voted for him. I'm guessing talking about Trumpo.
Trump.
JG Bulldog says, play some music. I don't have any.
That was
Shady
last
Low.
night
Oh,
with
yeah. Wait, what do you think
with
about last night?
Marvelous. I didn't get a chance to tune in, honestly. I promised my son that we would watch that one series Daredevil. So
Oh,
that's what I did last night with him.
what,
So I didn't tune
Disney
in.
Plus or Netflix?
Netflix, the Netflix
Netflix.
one. Yeah.
Daredevil. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I
It's
forgot
pretty good.
has he seen the Punisher one?
I think he was telling me something about that, but I honestly I haven't really paid attention to what he was saying about that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so Shady looks at he does work. He worked at Televista. Where what is that?
Telvisa is like one of the most known call centers here in Tijuana.
Really?
Yeah, like the call center culture is very big here in Tijuana. A lot of the deported people, they'll end up working at call centers because that's where they need English, right? Or they're
Yeah.
asking for English,
Yeah.
and they pay better than a lot of places as well. Like you get paid better at a call center here in Tijuana, better than you would get paid if you were like to be a teacher, or even a nurse. Because I went to nursing school here in Tijuana, but the pay does not compare to how much I would get paid at a call center here knowing English.
Really?
Yeah,
That's correct. All right. Good to know.
yeah.
All right. Shady Look says, yeah, moved to Guadalajara, did a call center thing out here, but now just working the Diddy Food app.
Yeah. Hey, you're your own boss now. Definitely. They can all they do treat you like a slave at the end of the day at the call centers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is almost like a warehouse
Now,
job in a way.
do you know what this Diddy Food app is?
The Didi, Didi?
Yeah, no,
The
no, never heard of that here.
It's like Uber.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same thing like Uber, like another type of Uber.
All right. Well, Shady Look, that sounds like he's on that right now. I didn't know anything about that.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't
We
know that.
got
You
Louders
guys
in the house, or AKA known the Red Cat Uprock. Says I'm late for work, but I'm here now. Good to know. He said, "What's up, y'all?"
What's up?
Raider Ridge 760 SoCal says Mexico has changed way a lot compared to back in the days. Load of varieties of food, etc. Even in Mexicali is a busy city in Mexico. Do you agree, TC?
Yes, yes, I do agree. Even when I got here, things have definitely changed. Everything is becoming more like the States, more Americanized, more that kind of style.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, it's good to know. All right, we got Jedi in the house. Jedi says, "How did Trump change life in Tijuana? Is it harder for people to cross the border now?"
Hey, Jedi. To be honest, I have not heard anything be different over here. Besides, some people have. No, take that back. Actually, I have heard some people say that they're like their status is taking a little bit longer, like their process and things like that. But nothing major, to be honest with you. Nothing major.
Oh, okay. So the coyotes is still out there doing their thing.
Yeah, exactly. They're still doing their thing.
All
Yeah.
right.
They charge you 7 Gs to cross you across the border. They already gave me a number.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they charge.
Whoa,
Yeah.
shit. You got to work a few years for that one, huh?
Yeah.
Raider Rich says, Jeff people cross the border port of entry 24/7. Jeff people cross the border port?
I don't
Jeff.
know. Jeff.
Wait, no, Jedi. Wait, did you mean
Oh,
Jedi? Jedi
Jedi.
people cross the border port of entry 24/7. Okay. El Hermano says, TC, I have a 3-year-old daughter. What would you say are some good ways to pour into her so she always loves herself? I need a woman's perspective on how to encourage her daily. Thank you, sis. That's a good one.
Oh, wow. El hermano. I tell
Take
my
your
daughter
time.
every day. Yeah, thank you. I tell my daughter every day that I love her. Um, every single day and just take the time to spend time with her more than anything. My 2-year-old and I'm thinking your 3-year-old, they're a little bit too young to really like try to have like a good conversation with them like that. So the main thing is just to be there for them and love them and give them a hug and a kiss every day. That's what I do in the morning. I take my time to do a little routine with her, spend my time with her, brush her teeth. I sing her the ABC song and things like that because again, they're too little, but as long as your time shows that you care about them.
And that's that part, right? That's the important part. The
Yeah.
time. Now, is there any
Time.
like morals, any lessons, any things you would want to instill in her to keep it throughout her life?
Oh, yes, for sure. Being truthful, being honest, saying the truth, um, being a good person, doing, have empathy and just be a good person overall is what I try to instill to my kids. Do good so people can be good to you as well. Or even though sometimes when you're good to people, they're not good to you necessarily, but just, do right and God will reward you either way at the end of the day.
Hmm. All right, all right. Now, look, TC, I have this thing where what was I gonna say? Okay, so when it comes to teenager relationships, in your opinion, should there be teenager relationships or should they just wait when they're like more of an adult? Like, let's say they would probably wait for till 25, or are you? Or it doesn't really matter for you. What
Like
do you think?
like boyfriend girlfriend you're saying?
Yes.
No, I tell my son the same thing. I didn't allow him to have a girlfriend until he was 16. And even then I had to have like a talk with him because I told him you can have a girlfriend, but at the end of the day, like having sex could cause a baby. So it's
Yeah.
best for you to wait until you really find your wife. But at the same time, I feel a little bit selfish telling him that because he also needs the experience. So it's a little bit of a tough conversation to have with him, but overall I have told him that there are consequences when you have sex, and if you're going to have sex you need to be sure that you're ready for a baby because that's what might happen, and you better
Yeah.
make sure that you're with the right person at that point.
Definitely. Yeah, that's the main concern right there is having a baby. I mean, you don't want that because that just changes your life and now you have a baby raising a baby.
Exactly.
But yeah, cuz I growing up and living life, it showed me that, when you're a teenager, you don't really know exactly who you are, you know.
Right.
And when you get in a relationship at that young of an age, you stop developing yourself and start developing a relationship.
Okay.
And the bad part about that is that if it doesn't work out, you might have spent like maybe 7 to 10 years, developing that relationship and never developing yourself. So now you're left like trying to figure out who you are in all this.
That's true. That's true.
And when like if you're an adult, you developed yourself, you met your goals. I mean, I think the only problem there would probably be the lack of experience.
Exactly. That's the only thing. You do need the experience as well.
Because I'm thinking, wait, what would be the instructions at that point? I mean, you're gonna get
Imagine you're
excited.
25 and you don't know how to treat a woman, and you're gonna look like a weirdo as well.
Yeah, like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to kiss her?
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe the 40-year-old virgin at that point. I don't want that for my son either. I told him, look, it has to be a balance because I don't want you to be like that either. Then you're really not gonna get a woman. They're not even gonna want to look at you, even if you have money. They're just gonna want you for that, and that's it because
Well,
you're
that's
not
the
gonna.
other part too. Like we're experiencing that plays a part, as far as like sex. Like what experience would you say like something you should know as a guy to to do to a girl, aside from the just kissing and then just sticking it in. I know there's things in between there. What would
Yeah,
you
no, there's a
say?
lot of things in
What would
between
you
for
say would
sure.
would be some things that a a a a guy should know, and sometimes they don't know.
Sometimes they don't know. Sometimes I have experienced some guys that are like, or not some guys. Okay, this is just one guy, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
experience has been like, why are you not as stimulated as you were last time, or why were you not? I guess you can say wet, right, as you were last time. It comes down. The foreplay is very important. Like you're saying, just sticking it in. Yeah, it feels good, but maybe like eating pussy once in a while won't hurt. Like it gets you in the mood. Like it helps stimulate the whole situation besides just like, oh, I'm kissing you and now let's just stick it in. And like a lot of guys feel like that's enough. Yes, it feels great, amazing, but there's a little thing, a little preview that we need as women. There needs a little bit more foreplay and things like that.
Oh yeah, and I could definitely say some guys actually don't like the fact that they gotta eat the cookie. You know,
Yes.
some guys don't do it.
I wonder why. It makes me wonder, like, are you gay? Because yeah, I don't want to put anybody on blast, but that's one of the reasons
Hey,
why.
you heard her right here, guys. You better be eating that cookie because a woman will look at you.
It's the same with guys, right? If you don't get your being sucked, well, then it's kind of like, well, what's going on? I'm gonna get somebody else to do it. That's what they always say. Oh, I'm gonna get it off somebody else to do
No,
it.
you're right. You're
Okay,
totally
I'm gonna
right.
get somebody else to do it too.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. You bring up good points, and I think Lades would definitely agree with you on that one. And we're gonna get to his comments right now because I know he has a lot to put in there.
Only 6'4". They might not like fish. You're right. They might not like fish, and I told them, but mine doesn't smell like fish, homie. So what is your problem?
We got to get into that too.
Yeah.
Why some do smell like fish and why some don't. Shady Look says call center pays really good out here in Guadalajara. The most basic low paying call center here pays you like 5K a week.
Yeah.
Shady Look, is that 5K in pesos or is that 5K in dollars? I need to know that in case I need to move to Guadalajara.
No, it has to be pesos, definitely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because shit, if it's
I would be
5K,
over there too.
right?
Yeah.
Expect me and TC to be up in there. Yes, yeah. Let's see. J A Link says, "How much is the pay in those call centers? An estimate." Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
Shady Looks says, "My manager makes like 80K a month." Okay, Shady Looks, you need to let us know if these are dollars or pesos because that's a lot of goddamn money. Johnny Celorio says, "I know people that work in call centers, but they work from home." Ooh,
Yeah, the tweakers, they like to work from home.
really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we know. The Red Cat Uprock says, I always want to speak with gabachos when I call a call center, but I'd take a Mexicano over the Hindus. At least I can somewhat understand the Mexicano.
Yeah.
He also says, give him condoms.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I've
I
told him
think.
I told him as well, like you gotta be careful because some girls, you gotta make sure that you wear a condom because some girls they'll lie. They'll
Mm,
say that they're on birth control or they'll have their own condoms but they'll poke holes in them. So like you gotta have your own condoms and when the girls tell you that I had that conversation with him. Like when they tell you they're on birth control, don't believe it. Always put a condom on, always because you don't know.
it's a trap.
It's a trap, yeah.
It's a trap. Damn, that's crazy. No, no, no. But it's facts
Yeah.
though. Now,
Yeah.
now, if you have a daughter and you want to tell her that you want her to be saved, like it is the most you could do, and from what you know is to tell her to make sure he wears a condom.
Yeah, that's the most safest thing. I mean, yeah. Girls don't really have that kind of protection. There is a girl, I think there's like a vaginal condom that girls have as well, but I never use one. I don't really know how it works, but it's almost like the same.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Because I know there's the pill. Would you suggest a teenager to go on the pill?
I would not suggest that. I
No,
would suggest abstinence.
okay, and then why wouldn't you suggest it? Because of the changes they could make, or it just gives them a freedom to possibly the freedom to think they can do whatever they want.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons. Exactly. When you're on birth control, you feel like you nothing's gonna happen. There's gonna be no repercussions. So who cares? I'm free.
Really?
Gang bang and everything. It's like it doesn't.
Damn.
I
I would hope they're not taking it that far.
yeah, exactly. No, it's
Let's see.
in
Only
high school.
64 says, "Does your guest like anime?" Okay, TC, do you like anime? And if
Yes, I
you do, what
do.
anime do you like?
I used to love Sailor Moon, and I used to love as well Fairy Tale. I don't know, you guys seen that one? And
Oh,
of course
Fairy
Dragon Ball
Tale.
Z. Yeah, Fairy Tale.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I
Wait,
love
now
Fairy
that's the guy
Tale.
with that guy. What one guy? What's his name? What the hell? Nats or no? What is his name? The guy from Fairy Tale.
And I forgot his name, but he had like pink hair.
Hmm.
He had pink hair. Yeah, I
He
forgot
has
his
that
name.
little blue cat with him, right?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one. That one. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
That
that's a
one.
good one. I like that one. I
I
actually
love.
enjoyed that one. It got a little too serious at the end for me, but it was definitely a good anime. I don't watch it as much anymore. I did used to watch it, but it was too much story. If that makes sense.
I watched the whole thing. I was so into it.
The Red Cat Uprock says, "Where's the G spot? Is where the G spot is?"
Yeah, where that G spot is.
And he says, "And by G spot, I don't mean where the homies hang out."
He means the Rio G spot.
I heard women have like 12 G spots. Do you think that's true?
No, I don't think that's true. People make sex so complicated. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. Even with toys and everything, I've never been able to get into toys. It seems to me like it just makes everything so much complicated. Like now it makes it much harder to climax when you bring all of these things in there.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, to my personal point of view, some people love it, but I just feel like now it's like now we need it for me to do it. Like no, it's too much. I like natural.
I saw a clip about it. Some chick talking about it, saying that there's 12 G spots for women, and I thought, damn, that's a lot. I think guys only have like one.
Where is it at? I heard it was in the butt. Is that correct or not?
Yeah,
Don't lie.
yeah,
Is it?
I never tried it myself, but from what I hear, that's the place. That is the place where the male G spot is at.
You think
You
it's
guys,
true,
if
or do
you
you
like
think it's just propaganda to make people gay? Or is it part of the LGBTQ movement?
that was the trap, right? They spread that rumor as a fact with
Mi-
doctors and sex
Misinformation.
therapists, and you
Try
bring up a
it.
good point.
Yeah, try it. You'll find it there. I don't think so.
I'd be like, hell no.
I don't
Where
think
is it
so.
at? How deep inside? I know Ladas knows where it's at. Ladas, if you know where it's at, put it on the chat. Only
The
66.
gooch, maybe the gooch or something. Maybe that's the one. What do they call it? Gooch? Like
Oh,
where your
yeah, I totally forgot about that one. The gooch.
that's some crazy stuff.
Is that,
You got me talking too much, Norbies.
Cece, let me ask you: is that a place that comes to your mind when if you don't mind answering, when you're intimate yourself with a dude? Is the gooch something that you keep in mind? Like I got to put some attention to that area.
It is. It is something I keep in mind. I don't always go there, but I do think about it. Like, should I go there tonight or no?
Let me turn on that switch and see where it goes. I think that's a double-edged sword. I won't say
Why?
the double-edged sword because if he starts telling you to go more back,
Ooh. Then I gotta go. Then I gotta get up and go.
yeah, you never know. Some dude might be like, you know what? Why don't you move your finger a little bit more lower, a little bit more back, and I'll tell you when to stop.
I wish a guy would. I would do it. I'll be like, oh yeah, you want it like that? Let me see. What else you want in this nasty asshole?
Ah,
Just to see
Chicali
how far
back.
he takes it.
Chicali.
Oh, you're gay at
Oh,
the
okay. So
end.
you're calling his bluff. All right, all right.
Exactly.
Chicali Batman says, "Saludos a todos." Saludos to you too. He says, "What's good? What's a
Yeah,
good
saludos.
distraction for dogs against fireworks? Loud music,
Mm.
loud anything, loud audio that isn't fireworks.
Yeah, pobrecitos, they do get all
They do."
fidgety.
Jedi says, Chicali, I usually put them in the room with me on the bed and out on a movie with the volume a little bit louder than normal. Oh, there you go.
Mm.
Let's see. Lade says, the male prostate can be stimulated and a man can achieve orgasm if it's poked at correctly. LOL.
Really? Poked? Hmm.
Poked. Damn, that was loud. Poked. Poked.
I'm not too sure how that would work. We need a diagram. The red
I
cat
mean,
up broke.
when I hear poke, this is what I
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Like poke.
I don't know if that's gonna.
Is that
I,
enough?
I think that's like the male version for the shocker. Are you familiar with the shocker?
No, I'm not.
For guys to women, it's called the shocker.
Uh,
It's the one that goes like this.
oh.
Are you familiar
Oh.
with that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
It would be more like this.
Yeah,
But I
I
guess
don't
for a
like
guy, it would
anything on
be
my butt. Yeah.
I don't
Just like
know.
that. Just like that.
That looks like it's gonna hurt though. I'm good. Chicali Bama says, "Thank you, Jedi." All right. A lot of Red Cat Uprock says, they say a prostate massage can unclog your seminal vessels, and it's actually good for you, for your health. So y'all
Oh,
fools start fingering your booties. I gotta research that. Lades
I'm
and see
sorry.
if for the most part that's true. So they say you could prostate the massage and unclog.
Massage it.
I felt that one.
The seminal vessels, huh? You got a little clog going on? Crazy.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know, because especially if you're like not using it at all.
Oh, really? It happens? I didn't know that.
Only 6 words, yeah. Only 6 words says Lattes. Are you a specialist? The Red Cat Uprock says, with a toy, a finger, a vegetable.
A vegetable. Oh, a cucumber. Got it.
I don't know what guys would have a toy on them and would choose to use it on themselves to massage their prostate. A finger, okay, well at least you got options. Red Cat Rock says, I'm not a real doctor. I just play one on TV. Good one. All right. Bipolar Chipmunk says, I get away with crime because I'm fed. I flipped in 2018 when the LAPD raided my house. Oh, okay.
Damn. All right.
Only 6 4 says El Pepino. The Red Cat Uprock says that they sell them at Walmart in the pussy aisle.
What the fuck? I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what's funny though? I don't know. I think it was maybe like recently. You know what? I'm gonna bring my dog inside. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go
remove
ahead.
myself. So I'm gonna leave you here for
Okay.
yourself for a minute.
Okay. Anyway, guys, I enjoy getting my prostate touched by Boo Boo. I don't know about. Oh, Boo Boo from the other show? That sucks. Time to carry the show. Okay, I'll carry the show, guys. Come one, come all to my Cali Max studio on Burbank and Fulcher. That would be nice. You really have a studio, Bipolar Chipmunk? That'll be nice. Where's it at? Well, you were saying Burbank. Give us the time and the weather. The time is 8:09, and the weather.
All right, we're talking about the weather. All right.
I'm just fulfilling these guys' request. No,
Uh, oh, okay. So what I was gonna say, I noticed that CVS, Rite Aid, Walmart, Target, they have vibrators now.
really?
Yeah, they got vibrators now. It tripped me out. I was like, that a vibrator? Yeah. I I don't know who has the boldness to grab one and put it on the register and with the confidence. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. They're like, wow, that's crazy.
I credit to those people that actually do buy them. Bipolar Chairman said, I enjoy getting my prostate touched. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. Time to carry the show. That was for
Yeah,
you right there.
that's what I was doing. Like, okay.
Come on, come out to Cali, make the. All right. Oh, you did you? Oh, that's why you're giving them the weather. I always tell people, TC has a really good voice. I mean, you could really do like radio, you could do
Oh,
TV
thank you.
because you got that professional voice.
Oh
I
my
can't.
goodness.
Let's see. The Red Cat Uprock says, that's how you filled up dead air. Oh, good point.
Thank
Good point.
you.
Look at that. Look at that. Norris wanted one. No, I didn't. I did not want one. Let's see. Only six for check the reviews. LOL. Okay, only six for check the reviews for what? Because I want which reviews? Chicali Batman says Walmart. hmm Red Cat Uprock says she should be a regular co-host. I think at this point you are right, TC.
Oh, thank you, Norbies. Yeah,
At
we
this
meet definitely. Yeah.
this point, and that's what I always said because it's always a good when you're here because you give us the female perspective because we don't really get too many, if not any, females to actually respond to like questions that are people are giving. I mean, and you're so open to answering the audience's questions, which is something that I enjoy because sometimes people can't talk about these things. It might be too taboo, it might be too out of their comfort zone, but I'm happy that you're so willing to talk about these things.
Yeah. I think we don't do each other we don't do each other a favor when we stay quiet about things, you know? I think we will build the bridges and communication and connection with people when we're actually human and talk about our mistakes and all of these stuff like you're saying, the taboo things and things like that. I don't find any benefit in staying quiet about my truth, you can say, you know?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Now there were some stories that I wanted to throw at you, and I wanted to see what you thought about it. Now I'm not gonna read all the story, but I'm gonna read like the topic of it all. And
Yeah.
we'll go through and you tell me what you think about it. Are you familiar with Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes, I am.
All right. Now they just announced that they're planning to create a zone just for adults with with arcades. I think they want to do it like a Dave and Buster kind of style.
Mm,
Well, what do you think? Would that make you want to go to Chuck E. Cheese that much more
yes.
if they had adult like arcade games?
Yes, it would make me want to go more because now I feel like can have some fun too, not just my kids.
Good point. I mean, I think that's why Dave and Buster does so well because it's a mixture of like kid games and adult. Now I don't know what kind of adult games, but uh, I
It
guess more
will
violent games or more.
like arcade, like nickel nickel type of games kind of thing. Did you ever go to
Yeah,
nickel nickel?
I, I don't know. Right here we had this arcade place called the College Arcade. It was
Oh,
in East
okay.
Hollywood by LACC. It was the only arcade room that had these old Japanese games that were like some weird Tetris thing where you would take apart a puzzle, and the more you do it, the more the image of a naked woman comes out.
Oh, snappers? Maybe it's
Yeah.
not such a good idea then.
Well, I'm wondering when it says adult games, I'm wondering it means something like that. But
And how things are going nowadays, that maybe you're not too far off. It will definitely lose the family atmosphere environment, I think, at that point as well.
I think so too. I
Yeah, you're
definitely think
right.
so.
If that's what the point was. And
Let's go.
there was I knew a person that he told me that he used to go to the arcades, but the arcades are like a place where a lot of pedos or kind of like go or because pedos kind of like they like they manage or they run places where kids are attracted, like arcades, donut shops, and things like that. So after that story, after he told me that he went through that blah, 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 at the arcade, he was like playing games, and there would be like guys and like in cars coming by to look at the kids and like,
Yeah.
and he said that his cousin actually he actually did go in the car and like the guy showed him like a Playboy magazine.
Wait. Who told you this
Yeah,
story?
one of my friends,
One of
like
your friends. Oh
yeah,
shit.
right there in LA. So it's a guy. So
Yeah.
him and his cousin, they used to go to the arcade and play arcade games. But I guess pedos, well, they know where the kids are at, you know. So they will. There was this one guy that would go by in the car, and I guess they're like spotting which kid they would think they can pick up, and they actually picked up his cousin and him as well. But
Fuck.
but what the pedo was doing was showing the kid like porno magazines and try to show him how to touch himself, how to masturbate right there, like in the car. But my friend was like, "I'm not doing this," you know. So he got off the car. I mean, that's what he told me, you know. But
They let that go there?
his cousin definitely like he went through with it, you know. I guess his curiosity got the, or maybe he was gay. I don't know, you know. But
Oh
it's
shit.
just it's a now that you're saying that maybe it's dangerous that they're mixing the adults with the kids and all of that stuff
Absolutely.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that too. Yeah, that you bring up a good point because I think that would attract teenagers to go to Chuck E. Cheese's also.
yeah, it's crazy now that you're
I
saying
hadn't
that.
thought about that. Holy shit. I mean, I would make for a good hunting ground for them. El Hermano says, TC, cowboy boots are not my style. Are those mandatory to attract women? What guidance can you give for footwear that would be appealing to my woman?
Cowboy boots are not your style.
I
Hmm.
never had a pair,
I have not had a pair of cowboy boots.
but
But I mean, you mean like all naked and just your boots, or like what are you trying to say here? Like, wait a second, because
I was just thinking if the
I
boots look,
just
if it's a good look. Well, what do you think? Are boots a good look on men, like cowboy boots? You know, the pointy.
if you're
With
a paisano and you're going to Las Pulgas or some freaking club, yeah, and they play Mexican music. But if you're just a regular homeboy and in la calle, like Norby's or something like that, no, you need some regular sneakers.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So for the clubs, yeah, it's okay, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It fits the occasion, right? It fits the
Just not the
occasion.
streets.
Yeah,
Don't
not the streets. You can even run. What if you had to carry me somewhere and you need to run? What if we need to run and you can't even run with those boots? How are you gonna
are
protect
they that
me?
like are they that tight? Like they're really tight on your foot? Because I've never worn any of those, so I don't know how it is to actually move around with one of them.
And they have like a little heel like that. Like they have like a heel. They have a
Mm.
heel. So it's like you're gonna be clickety clacking your way over there when you're trying to carry me. If something is happening.
Let's see. The Red Cat Uprock says, didn't they already have arcade games? Yeah, from what I can tell, they did. They had arcade games, but they had more aimed towards kids. Uh, from what I know, and what they're pushing are more. Let's see. I guess they're bringing back some classic like Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Galaga. I guess those kinds of games. And they're gonna start selling liquor. That might be a bonus.
Yeah.
All right. Red Cat Uprock says adult games like prostate massage. All right. Chuck E. Cheese wants boomers to spend their money before they cut their social security.
Oh,
Damn. Yeah,
snappers.
something right there. That might be a thing. TC the G, when you dripping? Oh, when you dropping new music?
Ooh, you know, you're right. I do need to make new music. Maybe like in 2 weeks or so. 2 weeks to a month.
All right, all right. Good to hear. Now let me ask you, TC, do you write your own stuff or do you have a ghostwriter?
No, I write my own stuff.
Hey.
Yeah, and I also bring the ideas of my videos, what I want, like my videos. I
Yeah.
bring my ideas. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. All right. Are you putting that up on your channel or those videos or?
Yeah, I have my I don't have too many music videos, but yes, they're on my channel.
Okay, cool, cool. Let's see. Only 64 says Triple X arcades on Alameda. Is that true? Or you just is that true?
There
Where in
used to be yeah. There
let us
used
know.
to there used to be a triple X theater here in Tijuana before, but I guess they banned it.
Yeah.
But there used to be like a big theater. You can go and watch porn movies.
They had one out here in Hollywood. It was called the
Oh, they
Pussycat
did?
Theater.
Oh, wow.
They tore it down like in like the mid 90s or late 90s, I think.
Oh, snappers.
What did they build there now? I think they just built like condos where it used to be at.
That's crazy.
Let's see. Okay. Let's see. El hermano says I have noticed cowboy boots being a trend, but I like sneakers. I never was a fan of boots. I like work boots.
I'm gonna get my other beer. Okay, I'll be back.
Oh yeah, handle. Let's see. Boots are for working, not for style. Yeah, we see. I agree with that. Only 6'4" says that's probably a Texas thing. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Let's see. Chingadera says, question. I'm single, 46. I went to a coffee place where girls serve you in a thong or no chonies. Am I a weirdo or is that okay? You know what? I'm gonna wait for TC to come back so we could go with that. I want to get her perspective. I do have a story for that too. So I'm gonna wait for her to be ready and to go, and we're gonna answer that question. All right, TC, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, this is from Chingaderas. Says, question. I'm single, 46. I went to a coffee place where girls serve you in a thong or no chonies. Am I a weirdo or is that okay?
If it's for entertainment, I mean, if it's like a strip club. Sounds like it's a strip club, right?
Yeah, no, no. Actually, you know what? I don't know what city it is. It's like heading. It's in Orange County, right? So there's a
Okay.
lot of these like Vietnamese coffee places, or like yeah, I want to say they're Vietnamese, and it's basically girls in bikini that serve coffee.
Kind of like Hooters, but more.
No, it's
Mm.
it's like a strip club. They don't strip, but they'll sit with you and drink coffee with you and just hang out with you.
If you're a lonely man, I'm guessing that might be a good option for you.
Yeah, I
But if you're
mean,
looking for love, that's not the right place for sure.
now his thing is, would you is that weirdo activity in your opinion?
If you were my man and you would have told me I'm 46 and I went to this place and there were girls, I would have been like, okay, to me that wouldn't be weird. You're a man. I mean, I get it. You like that. You like women. Okay, you know.
Now, what if you found out that in those places there are VIP rooms?
Oh no, then I'll be like, if it was before we were together, then I'll be like, That's your pedo, right? But if we're together, no, you cannot go to that place.
So as long as no VIP rooms in there, it's cool.
No, 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 no. If we're together, you cannot go anywhere where there's coochie all over the place.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But if you're single, by all
Yeah,
means,
yeah, that's your thing. It's your pedo. You know, it's okay. Do your
there,
thing.
there you go, chingaderas. Go in there and drop some money.
That's better than I'm thinking being with guys. I mean, unless I mean, I'm not no judgment, but I mean, I'll be like, okay, pues he loves girls. What can I tell him?
Yeah, there you go. Embrace the fact that you do like girls. Boss Media says if you only wear sneakers, you need to grow up.
Oh man,
Damn.
I
You
wear
heard
sneakers.
Well, I'm thinking he's aiming that more towards guys, but I mean, I think guys do need. I mean, you guys that do have sneakers, they should have a pair of work boots or at least a pair of dress shoes.
That's true. That's true. A little dress shoe. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I
People
get
like
it.
that
Girls
whole-
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do notice that a lot of clubs now, a lot of people that go in clubs, that they wear sneakers, they wear regular street clothes now. I remember back in the day, people actually dressed up like in a suit with some dress shoes, even a tie,
Or they
and
wouldn't let you in. Yeah.
they wouldn't let you in. No, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's dress
Now,
code.
like they're going in with their hats, they're going in with their jeans. A lot has changed. Chinganera says, "I just appreciate a woman's body if they're showing. Why not look?" I agree,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially if you're single.
I hear you. Yeah. I stay single. Yeah.
Red Cap All Rock says, "Normies laughing emoji." Boss Media said, "Yes, that's weird." Okay, so Chingaderas know that Boss Media does look at you weirdly. You might want to bring that up with him. I only 6'4" says Chingadera North wants to the address to the coffee shop. No, I don't because I already know it.
I have it on speed dial.
Oh, I know the spot. Enough Asian friends they eventually tell you of these places, and you're like, what?
Where do you go, Norby? To those places? Do you think it's weird?
Yeah, hell no, I'm not spending my money to look at girls for expensive ass coffee. I go to Starbucks and see mediocre girls.
Is that a Mexican thing? Because a lot of guys have told me that like we don't see they don't see the value. Mexican guys don't see the value in that. It's mostly gabachos that see the value in that.
I mean,
Of
me personally, I don't. I remember I went to
yeah,
when I was in Vegas a few months ago. I went to a strip club called La Toxicas, and I was
las
like,
tóxicas.
man,
That's hilarious.
there's not one girl here that I would drop money for. I was like, fuck, why am I even here? I should have just gone to the hookah lounge.
Damn. What does that say
But,
about recruitment, guys?
but it
Come
was
on,
nice.
recruitment.
I mean, there were nice looking one, but there were. I was like, no. I mean, they're beautiful women. Don't get me wrong,
Right,
they're
right,
beautiful
right.
women, but I just
To
there
look at.
wasn't, there wasn't enough. I did through a few singles out there, but for the most part, I like, why did I come here? El hermano
Oh.
says she said if you're a lonely man, she clowning.
You
Oh,
know me too well, hermano. You know what's up.
Boss Media says just go Hong Kong. Is that place
Just
still open?
yes, that's the main strip club here. That's the main strip club here. There's this
No.
guy that I was dating too, and he was like, he was working there, okay?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was like, but he had to like, okay, maybe I'm saying too much, but he was like, I work on the outside of the club. What if I start working on the inside of the club? Would you be mad?
Mm,
Like, I wouldn't be mad, but it wouldn't be ideal. Imagine I go to work. Imagine me, I come to the office, I'm here at work, and
yeah.
everybody has their dick out and just like
Mhm.
rubbing it on me. Would that be good? Like, would that be okay? Or like,
Yeah,
no,
I can see why that would.
you know what I mean? Like, would that be okay?
Going to a workplace where she's got to see a bunch of dongs everywhere. Yeah, I can see why that would be. Yeah,
And
definitely.
not just seeing them, they come and they rub it on you, right? And their chi-chis and everything. So it's like, hold on, you know?
Yeah, I knew. You know what? You got a good point, especially if you're security or a bouncer. They're gonna want to get
Mhm,
near you and just hug you because
mhm.
they want to hug you.
Yeah.
You got titties on you, titty residue, and then you go back home and your girl starts smelling that residue on you.
Yeah, imagine I got ball residue on me right here. That fool put his balls right here and like, it's not right, right? It's not right.
Guys, get off of me. I got a boyfriend. He's gonna get mad.
Exactly. Watch out, watch out. You don't get too
Carlita says,
close.
"Yeah, normies, you're right. Vietnamese, but it's this are Latinas. They're beautiful. Oh, really? They're getting in on that game. That's good. That's good. You need some Latinos in there." The Red Cat of Rock says, "All men need a free pair of dress shoes or Texas cowboy boots." All right,
Yeah,
definitely, I agree.
I'm not mad at that.
He also says all men need a nice pair. Oh no, I already put that one. Okay, only 6'4". Norby's knows the owner.
People think you're a player, huh, Norbies?
No, no, no. Nobody in this chat
Nah,
room right here, in this chat right now, believes I'm any sort of player.
no, Norbies is the player.
I don't have the ego for that.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta you gotta have a very good ego to sell that to yourself and then sell it to somebody.
So you're egoless, would you say?
Yeah, because most guys that do that that are
You're an
players.
angel then. Uh-huh.
No, no, that definitely not that. But I noticed most guys that are like that, they'll tell the girl everything they need to hear. They'll tell them like
Mm.
you're beautiful. I picture myself with you here. I think we could do this. You know what? I actually want to take a trip with you. Sell everything
Yes.
until you get them in there, and then you ghost them.
Oh,
Or
damn,
you
that's
told that
fucked
I'm not
up.
ready for a relationship. I like you, but we could keep talking.
We could
But
friends with benefits. That's what
friends
I
with
got for
benefits.
you.
Yeah, right. That's how it
Yeah.
goes.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's a trip. You know what? I guy, I want to say guys are the most romantic. I just finished watching this show called The Lesbian Homies.
The lesbian homies?
The
That's
Lesbian Homies.
interesting.
It's on Tubi.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you guys want to watch it, it's on Tubi. Tubi is free. It's about this black dude that he's hanging out with his homie, and his homie just happens to have a stud friend. I don't know if you know what that means.
A stud is a girl a lesbian that looks like a man, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay,
that
okay,
looks
okay.
like one, pretends to be like one.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
uh,
Even takes her pants and everything. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they even wear boxers.
Pobrecitas are confused.
Yeah. So in what happens in this first episode is that he notices that because they're chilling out there in the front on the street. They just finished playing basketball, and the girl, the studs tells the big guy like, "Hey, do you mind if I use your shower? Because I got to go on a date right now, and I need to clean up before I go see her, before I go see Shorty." So he says, "Yeah, no problem. Come through." Well, the scene goes to them in his place, and she's asking for a towel, and she starts taking off her sweater. So when she starts taking off her sweater, he notices the shape of the girl. Like, oh, wait, this isn't a guy. This is a girl, a very thick girl.
Mhm.
I think they call him yam. He got a lot of yams. That's what he says.
Oh,
So
Vegas nalgas, yeah.
well, he realized, damn, that's a girl. Oh shit! And he actually tries to, spit game at her, and obviously she's a stud, so she's like, no fool, I'm not with that. I'm gay. I don't fuck like that. He's like, oh, okay, no problem, no problem. But the funny part about this is that I think she had told a friend about that this guy was hitting on her. This stud talked to another stud friend about it like that, and telling him that, oh, the homie's homie was trying to get at me, and I had to remind him that I don't go that way. I only like girls. That's it. And her stud friend
She's lying.
the stud friend out of nowhere tells her like, hey, well, I mean, have you ever actually done it with a guy? Have you ever had D in you? And she said no, but I know what I am. I'm like, how are you gonna know that though? Because
Right.
and
You
she
never
said
tried it.
because I had it, but I I knew at that point that I didn't want it anymore. So, but I had to do it so I could figure that out. So I don't understand how you could know without even trying it. It's like saying you don't like onion, but you never tried it. So it moves on to this where she starts thinking like, well, I guess she has a good point. Maybe I should find out. So she goes back to the dude's place and tells her, you know what? Okay, then let's do this. So she does end up doing it with him, and she realized, oh shit, I actually do like it,
Of course you do, homegirl. Damn.
right? And to leave a long story short, it becomes some weird love triangle with a bunch of studs, and that's one black dude that's piping all of them.
Oh, snappers?
So if you guys want to watch that show, it's pretty funny. It's called the Lesbian Homies on Tubi. I don't know why I'm promoting it. I just finished watching 3 seasons of that.
Just three.
Just 3 seasons. It's a good show. They really make you think, but I don't want to spoil it for people. But I started feeling bad for the guy, even though he had all
You
these.
started feeling bad for the
I don't
guy?
know. I
He's
started
getting
feeling,
all this pussy.
yeah, all this stud pussy, and then I was like, I feel bad for him. Like, bro, really wants something real, but
Oh, that's true, huh? He can't find it.
they're just using him for his meat.
Pobrecito.
I would. I don't.
He's a hoe.
Yeah, he became a hoe, but he didn't want to be a hoe. You know, but he
I,
realized. You should watch it if you ever get a chance and let me know what you think.
I
Chingadera
would.
says, I wear sneakers because they're comparable. They're comparable. They comparable. I'm into comfort shoes. I think it says I wear sneakers because they're comfortable. I'm into comfort shoes. Okay, well that's sounds
My
about
homegirl, back in the day, she was straight, right? She started straight, but then she turned gay.
yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I turned gay because guys, they just think that sticking it in is it's all you need," which is what we were talking about last time, right? I mean,
Yeah,
earlier that you were saying
yeah,
that, yeah, yeah, yeah. So they just think that they just need to stick it in and that's it. And I was like, "Girl, you don't like girls. You just never been like really like effed good before. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
you never. So now you just don't. You haven't met a guy that's really giving it to you like that.
You just had a bad experience.
Yeah, 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 exactly. You just had some bad experiences,
You
and
got a,
that.
you got a guy that waited way too long. Boss Media says, damn, she busted out the caguama. Hey.
Damn, I wish it's only a little one, but yes, thanks.
Disco El Mano Polo says, I left 30 minutes ago. You two talking about 30 minutes later, still talking about Jody. How bad she hijacked the show.
I'm
Oh, I'm not mad
sorry,
about
Mano
that at all, though.
Polo. He wanted some interesting conversation, not
Were
chorizo
we
talk.
talking about that though in the beginning? Because I'm trying to. Okay, we were talking about the OnlyFans girl, about OnlyFans women, right? If they could
Yes.
come back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're pretty much taking
I'm
to that.
sorry, Mano Polo. We're not giving you what you want tonight. I'm sorry.
Johnny Salonia says, when I was younger, the best club was Aloha. Is that club still around? I I don't know. Where was that club at?
Ah, damn.
I don't know if he's talking about my area or he's talking about your area.
I don't even. Aloha. I don't remember Tijuana, no.
Remember me says Norby is an undercover player, laughing out loud. Just kidding. Great show, guys, with you both. Great show, guys, with you
Thank
both. Hey,
you.
thank you. Bipolar Chipmunk says, is there local strip joints in Tijuana that are not for tourists, not Hong Kong? Oh,
Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's one down the street right here. It's called Razas, and right there they let you smoke weed if you go to the upstairs.
now
So
you
you,
say
that
they let you smoke weed. Is that something that other places won't let you do over there?
yeah, they won't let you do because weed is not legal here yet, like how it's in the states.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
Now correct me if I'm wrong. Is it legal federally in Mexico?
yes, you can get your permit. How it started in the states, you first get your permit. That's the point we're at right here in Mexico right now. You can get your permit.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. All right, all right. Oh, okay. He says in TJ. Are you familiar with that club? Aloha.
Aloha, no. There's a new one called Hawaii. It's right here in Centro. I don't know. Aloha. It sounds familiar, but I never went,
Now, is
to
that a
be
strip
honest.
club or is that a regular club?
Hawaii? No, it's a regular club.
Oh, okay. Now, do the club because I remember when I used to go there, the clubs would go literally all night. Is that still a thing over there?
Yeah, they go all night. Yeah, they
Like
do.
you could party from like 1 a.m. all the way to 5 a.m.
Yeah, you can. There are some clubs. Yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
Now, do most people still party in TJ or do they go to like other like cities over there instead?
Some people like to go to Rosarito,
Is
but
that place still popping? Rosarito?
it depends what time of the year you go. Like if it's like spring break, when las gabachas they come down. They do come down. A lot of white people come down to spend their spring break or like Cinco de Mayo. Like they'll come down and
So go down there
Rosarito.
if I want a gabacha.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want some papeles, yeah, you gotta go to Rosarito.
There you go, fellas. Make sure you go there during December time, which is now. So now would be a good time to head down there and get
Yeah,
yourself a white girl.
yeah. I used to DJ right there in Rosarito in a club called Aqua. It's like a restaurant bar.
Really?
Se llama Aqua. Yeah, like 80s music, 80s, 90.
Okay. Now, is there something that you saw there that you were like, oh shit, didn't think I'd ever see that here?
No, it was more like a family slash like it was more of a friendly club where I was at. I didn't see anything
Really?
crazy. Yeah, it was nothing crazy. It was
Oh,
more of a
okay.
classy place. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me throw another one here at you. Let's see. What do you think about this story? Teen finds out anonymous internet bully who harassed her for a year is actually her mom. Let me read this. When cyberbullying rocked a small Michigan town, no one suspected the person behind it would be the victim's own mother. Kendra Gail Licari was arrested in December 2022 after a year-long investigation revealed she had been sending cruel anonymous messages to her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. In a strange twist, Licari even joined the effort to help uncover the bully, working with the school officials and the other boy's mother. The case stunned the community, and investigators serving as a chilling reminder that sometimes the threat comes from the least likely place. Bug. What do you think about that? Would you bully your kid? Cyber bully your kid online?
No, that's horrible. Those parents are crazy. I mean, the worst. I
It
mean,
was just the
yeah.
mom. The mom was doing it.
I mean, I don't mean to put like the show down or like start putting the energy down, but my mom put me through a lot too here in Mexico, being from the Cahuila. So some parents are crazy. Some parents are not all the way there. So I could see how that could happen. Some parents are not
Damn.
all the way there.
I'm trying to figure out how do you, but what how bad does the kid have to be that you decided, you know what, let me start a fake account and let me just really go in on her because I know everything that she's like like what's the word? What's that word? Self-conscious about. Let me exploit that and
I know that's fucked up.
let me really push
Uh-huh.
her over the edge.
Something's wrong with that mother. Yeah, for sure. No matter how bad your kids are to you, that's the last thing you want to do is put them on blast like that, you know?
Definitely. Bipolar treatment says Ensenada, Tecate, Rosarito, Mexicali, and Tijuana. I
Yeah,
never.
that's right. Baja California. That's right.
Mhm. Bipolar Chipmunk says, "Are doctors who do stem cell procedures legit or mostly scammers?"
Well, stem cells means that they take it from babies, right? I don't like that.
Yeah, that's what most people don't know, and it's crazy because you know what that, and it's crazy because that goes back to that whole what's it called, that one law that got reversed, Roe versus Wade. So the one that gives women the right to abort whenever they feel like it.
Oh, that's horrible. Even when they're like 9 months pregnant. Oh,
I
that's
know. I
that's
saw,
demonic.
dude. I saw the video, like a video animation of what how the process is when they're that far along, and they put like this blender thing in there,
Ah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
they put a vacuum in there, sucking all the parts. I was like, "Bud." I can't even imagine what's going through the girl's head when she sees like that blender go in her, and then a fucking vacuum. Then all she hears is, "Tuk, tuk, tuk, tuk."
Uh,
Ugh. That's wild. But no, for you're right. That most the purest stem cells come from fetuses,
right?
and
Yeah.
and I think one of the reasons why they did that was because a lot of these hospitals were racking it up. They were buying the fetuses that were getting aborted and taking the stem cells. And most women don't know, like those stem cells go for millions, if not thousands,
Yeah.
because
It-
stem cells are crazy. It's crazy. You get a stem cell and you put it next to a damaged nerve cell, and once you do that, it starts forming itself to that same nerve cell and then replaces it, and then your nerve
wow.
is restored, just like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no operation, no nothing. You just put it in there, make sure it's next to the damaged one, and for some reason, somehow, some way, it sends out a signal to it and tells it how to change itself into that same cell.
It's fresh. All that fresh DNA.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Did you ever see that clip of when I think it was Steve Harvey. He was like he had his show, right? And then some girl came by or she was a guest, right? And like she was showing him all the latest technology or all the latest cremas, like
Yeah,
creams
yeah, yeah.
for rejuvenation. And like one of them, it was like made out of peanut, out of baby, like
A foreskin. Yeah, yeah.
foreskin.
And
And
he
he
was like,
was, the fuck? Don't ever come back to my show ever. Yeah.
he was rubbing it. He was like,
And she was like, Oprah uses this. And he was like, what? Oprah uses this. And she knows? That's crazy.
I know, right? I mean, but that's how it is. These people, and I told because I talked to my kid about this about stem cells.
How old is your kid, Orbeez?
He's up there, teenage years.
Really,
Uh,
Orbeez? That's crazy.
yeah. So I told him that the way it's funny because the Chinese actually discovered stem cells without really knowing what it was. And it started with a lot of ladies, a lot of Chinese women that literally will make fetus soup. They would get a fetus, aborted fetus, or I don't know, maybe somebody, and they will make it into a soup and they would eat it. But and for them, they knew if they did that, they somehow, some way stayed young. So they always lived in that culture where if you want to stay looking young, and we all know that Asian people have that reputation of you looking young. But
Right, right.
so by them doing that, they continued that tradition as far as women to eat baby fetuses to stay looking young.
Oh. I would understand the placenta. I believe some people eat the placenta, which should also have those stem cells.
Yeah.
But like an actual baby? Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
I just heard this thing that was a trip to me, and I think it was some research that says that the as because Marvelous has this thing where you are what your father is. Like if you have a white dad and a black mom, you're gonna be white.
Oh, okay. That's what he said.
Yeah, you're gonna be white because that's your dad, and vice versa. If you have a black dad and a white mom, you're gonna be black. You know,
Mm.
whatever your dad is, that's who you are. And I saw this research that was interesting because they do show that from the baby, the baby's there, but they mention, and this is the part that was interesting, that the placenta itself, the placenta is actually also part of the father's DNA because it
Wow.
develops right there with the baby, with the fetus.
That
So
makes
that,
sense.
and it all comes from the father's DNA. So that placenta is actually part of the father's DNA that develops
Mm.
inside the egg.
Wow.
So I thought that was a trip. So that means like the placenta has no it has no DNA connection almost with the mom.
You know, I have heard that, but that's hard for me to believe because that placenta is being fed from our womb, from my blood. So
Yeah,
you're
that
telling me my blood never enters that? I don't know. That
yeah,
doesn't make too much
it's
sense to
weird
me.
because let's say you have the egg, right? And
Yeah.
inside you have the baby and the placenta. Now the placenta is attached, it attaches itself to the wall of the egg
Hmm.
where it through that wall it absorbs all the nutrients from the mom.
Hmm.
But I do gotta assume there's some sort of, blood coming in there, you know?
There has even the nutrients are mine. They had to have my DNA.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, that would happen. But for the most part, that placenta is mostly the father's DNA,
I hear you.
if not all of it. But
I hear
yeah,
you.
and then with that placenta, that's where all the mom stuff gets fed through there. Like, and that's how the fetus is able to, eat and poop
Hmm.
through that same
Right.
system. So I thought that was a trip.
Yeah.
All right. The Red Cat of Rock says, imagine hating your kid that bad. LOL.
Exactly.
Tell me about it.
Exactly.
Johnny Solorio says it was in the 90s. Oh,
What what was the 90s?
I think that one club, Aloha,
Oh, okay, okay.
Bipolar Chipmunk says, I used to troll people in high school back in high school in MySpace.
Oh, MySpace.
Damn. I like MySpace because you were able to like fuck with it. You were able, I always had, I put, I don't know about yours, but I put like a little mini music player on there that would play all
Yeah.
my songs. Like
Yeah.
anybody that jumped on my profile could see my whole playlist right there and just play it.
I
Did
used
you
to
ever
love
do
that
that?
too. I used to love is I used to love like editing like the background, like customizing the background.
Yeah,
Like that was my thing that I used to love to do.
yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah.
You know what is funny? It was funny when they came out with your top 5 friends.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was
yeah,
top
yeah,
5
yeah,
or
yeah.
top 10, something like that. But people actually got mad that you didn't choose them.
Hell yeah, Normies. We're like, what? I was my homegirl. You know what? You didn't text me back yesterday.
Hey, I'm guilty of that for sure. Bipolar chipmunk says, there's a doctor in Algodones who gets stem cells from goat. Wow.
From goats. Hey, goats
Well,
are tasty though. Have you ever had goat birria or barbacoa? I don't know what it's called.
I
Goat? Have
think
you ever had
I
that?
think back in the day I did, not so much. Like right here, like for instance, my family here, when they make birria, they do use goat meat.
Oh, I love goat meat when that birria. When I tried it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what it's supposed to be.
I always thought
Mhm.
it was dry. I don't know.
Really? You're gonna have a lot of juguito on there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Or
Bipolar
maybe they
Chip-
overcooked it, maybe.
that might be it too.
They sure
Bipolar
overcooked
Chipmunk
the
said,
meat.
I'm sure those foreskins came from rabbis. Ooh,
Oh.
you know what he means by that?
Yeah, how they do the right?
Your picture froze perfectly when that happened. You did that.
Damn, that
I thought that was
sucks.
nasty. I told Marvel that there was a case where some rabbi got sued by like 5 adult men because they found out they all got herpes from him.
That's freaking disgusting. Like that he should get sued. I
Yeah.
hope they take all his money.
Yep. Giant Salori said that's not true. Which part? ACP chemistry is in the house. He says, much love, Norbert. Much love to you, sir.
Aw,
The red cap up rock says the Moyo rabbi sucks the blood with his mouth.
that's gross.
That is gross. I don't know how that was. I don't know how that's still acceptable. I mean, if I was a Jewish dad and I had to be there to watch this dude like nibble off my kid's foreskin, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that.
Exactly, right? Like, how can you even stand there and watch that? I've also seen another clip of like a kid getting baptized by a Catholic church,
Yeah,
but then the kid is crying, right? Because of course he's like getting wet and things like that, you know?
yeah,
But then the priest he comes and he slaps the kid in front of the parents, kind of like a way like to shut him up.
yeah,
And then the parents don't do shit. They're just like, oh, kind of like excusing him because he's old, because he's a pope and he's old.
yeah.
I'm like, no, 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 that's crazy. That would not be acceptable. Even if you're a freaking rabbi, whatever you are, you're getting punched.
I would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing, slapping my kid,
Yeah,
motherfucker?"
I'm gonna slap you right now. What happened? You know what? They got the cuete right now, as a matter of fact.
We're gonna get holy in here.
Yeah.
It's let's see. Red Cat Uprock says it's a very real practice. Look up circumcision Jewish memorial. No, I definitely know, I've seen it. I know about it, and for the most, I mean, TC, you're familiar with it also.
The circumcision, yes. And
Mm.
everything that how they do it. The yeah.
Now let me ask you because you're a female. We want a female's perspective. Does it matter if a guy is circumcised or not?
It depends if you know how to how to take care of it and you know how to handle it. Overall, visually, it does look different. It does look different when you're
Mm.
looking at one that's circumcised and one that's not.
Yeah,
But overall, it doesn't make a big difference. Like, no, unless the girl is honestly, it doesn't. Like sexually, it doesn't make a difference. If even if it does, homegirl's tripping because it shouldn't.
there you go,
Right?
guys.
It shouldn't.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah, it shouldn't. As long as it's clean, guys, and you're good, you're good.
All right. Well, that part that's something they might need to know. Clean your shit, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want to fuck up their pH balance.
Because the foreskin, I think, is more sensitive, right? You gotta like pull it back and like clean it and like all. I mean, that's what I don't have one, but
You know
that's what
that's
I
always
heard.
been the selling point for it. That apparently you get more numb to it, so it becomes more numb, so you tend to last longer.
When you have the circumcision or
Yeah,
when you
when you have
don't.
the circumcision.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I have heard that when they do have it, that it's more sensitive, right?
every
And
30 seconds counts.
oh, snappers.
Let's see. John Solodio says my grandma has 13 kids and all of them were different. Wow. Applause for your grandma on that one.
I know it's a lot of kids.
She
Damn.
did her part. Damn, 13 kids. Could you imagine that? 13 kids, TC?
That's a blessing. I wouldn't be able to. I mean, maybe back in the day, but that's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids.
It's a lot of kids.
Imagine natural or circumcision. Not
Or
natural
C-sections.
or cesarean. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
My
what do you think is better? Cesarean or natural?
I think natural. My kids have been cesarean, and the second time around, this time when I had my daughter, I was begging the doctors to just do natural birth. I wanted to experience natural birth.
Yeah.
And they were actually tripped out. They're like, This the opposite. Usually, girls want to have the C-section because they don't want to go through that pain. But I feel like it's the natural way to do it. Why wouldn't I want to do it the natural way? You know?
Yeah, that's very true. That's very
Yeah.
true. I mean, you've seen it so much, but it's weird. Like right here, I think almost like 80% of the women here in LA get, you know, cesareans.
Yeah, they don't want to go through the pain, but I would have loved to
Well, you know what?
experience it all the way, the real way, you know?
Right here, specifically, like Kaiser hospitals, they tend to tell women it's less riskier, because if you do it naturally, there's so many things that could go wrong. Whereas if you get cesarean, everything's more controlled and you won't be in such danger. So I think in a way, some of these hospitals they tend to scare the women to get it.
And then hospitals, they want to do the procedure that costs more so they can charge more to the insurance.
That part because you can't charge a whole lot when they're just pushing.
Right.
Yeah. So that's one thing I was thinking about.
Yeah, and then C-sections take a while to heal. It's much more. Natural is much better.
Well, Hermano says C-sections are a cash grab for the rich people, possibly because my daughter's mother had a C-section and had pains and discomfort years later.
Tr- For real. That's no lie. That's no lie. you can tell the effects. I can tell the effects of the C-section. It's like my back. It's a gang of stuff. Like you notice that your body is just not the same anymore.
Well, you when they give you that thing, what's it called? Epidural?
Yeah, and to me it's a funny thing because like why do I need the epidural if you're gonna you're gonna open me. So the epidural is for you not to feel the contractions, which I understand, but I don't
Now,
know. Maybe I'm not thinking all the way medical, but I
are
just
they
feel
really
like
hitting that hard as far as contractions?
my contractions were not that bad. I mean, they hurt, but I was able to withhold, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, that just goes to show how tough you are. Are you able to hear all the fireworks outside?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Boyle Heights.
There are some risks to that though. That and like that movie Mi Familia, you know how
Yeah,
that girl dies when she has the baby and things.
yeah.
So some women do die, but
I want to say that's probably my most favorite story. That one couple, that couple, which is
oh
that
yeah,
died, and then man, I felt so bad when she died, and he just broke.
yeah, he did, huh? That was like his yeah his
He's
escape from
just
the
like fuck
world.
it. He's like, you know what? Let me go commit a crime, go to jail, because I don't want to be
Ugh.
out here. I thought that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to find something right here. As far as is there a topic that you want to talk about?
Besides the one that we spoke about earlier, that was the only one, and I believe I sent you another clip. What was the first clip I sent to you? It was I forgot. Let me see. It was let me see, Norbert. Uh, what was the other one? Oh, it was the one that says that guys
Let me play it and
they're
tell me if it's this one.
okay.
Roll around on it. Are men that will sleep
Yes,
with
that
women,
one. That
around on an
one.
air mattress with
All
a
right.
woman, put a paper. Are men that will sleep with women, roll around on an air mattress with a woman, put a paper bag over a woman's face that don't want them. They'll just want to use their bodies. We know men don't like women. We know y'all are mentally gay. A lot of y'all. Not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all are mentally gay. Y'all only are interested in one thing on a woman. Y'all don't like women for any other reason. Unless you could control them or get them to help you with something. We don't care. We just want your money at this point. And if you don't have any money and you're not beneficial, we don't want you. Like these Dussies think they're doing us a favor by acknowledging us. No, sir. Go walk the other way. You have nothing to offer. You're actually offending us. That's why women have an attitude when Dussies walk up to them. You're not doing us a favor. We already know we look good. We don't need you to tell us you're Dusty. You don't even matter. You can't pay no bills. Goodbye. It's very insulting. If you want to assault a woman, walk up to her knowing you broke. That's a huge insult. And y'all should literally be ashamed of yourselves as a Dusty. Dusty's your attention is actually not a compliment, just so you know. They're only a compliment to Pick Misha, who seek validation from anyone, no matter if they got an air mattress on the floor or if they don't even have an air mattress or a floor. There are men that will
Damn.
sleep with women, roll around.
Damn. I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, for the most part, I mean, a lot of guys I know, that's all they want to do. They want to get as many as they can, and they want to do it with as many women as they can, and drop them, and not really ever really commit to any of them. I don't
Is there
know, but
such thing as real love, Norby? Is there such thing as real love from a man's perspective?
I like to think so. I like to think that a man that has been able to take the time to really look into themselves, really understand themselves, and really just focus on themselves. I mean, when a guy can do that, because in this world you can't. I mean, and it's very difficult for a guy to do that because a lot the pressures of society that tries to mold a guy into what he should be and what he shouldn't be, and then you got your friends, and then you got family, and then I mean, and again, it depends on when you're doing it. If you already get with a girl when you're super young, you're it's not gonna be good because you don't know who you are at that point. And I think when you're like maybe past the age of 25 to like 30, you kind of have a good idea of who you are, what you like, and what you want, what you would want in a partner.
Mm.
At the same time, you'll be able to really align what you like with the girl that you're looking for, because at that point you're not basing it on looks completely. You're actually basing it on like what they do, the what they do when they're free to do something, relate to what you do. Can you form that type of connection with them? I mean, they could look beautiful, but at the same time, like, what are you really gonna do with her except just fuck,
Right.
But I definitely believe that if if you could do all those things with yourself, focus on yourself, love yourself, and find out who you are, what you like. I think once you are able to master those things in yourself, you could start looking for a partner that would either uplift it, add to it, or just you could grow with it. I think at that point, yeah, a love can definitely happen at that point, because that person that you found that is so in sync with who you are, it's gonna be hard for you to find a reason not to be with them. You
Mm.
know, like
You're gonna want to go after it.
that's my
Yeah.
person right there. That's the one I want to keep fucking with. Not just fucking, but like actually fucking with. Like we're doing something together, and I get that part. Like
Mm.
when you're a kid and you're just like full of testosterone and you just want to, you know, fuck. You don't think about that stuff. And some guys they don't grow out of that. They stay in that mentality. Like, nah, I just want to fuck. Like, fuck. That's it.
Are those the guys that go to the coffee shops or no? Or are those like
No, I don't think so. Those are
no,
the guys
no.
that they just want to admire a beautiful
Right. Yeah,
woman with you
yeah.
know things you wouldn't show, things because and for the most part, it's weird though. You know what's interesting about those places, that you'll see a variety of men. You'll see young guys, you'll see older guys, you'll see huge buff guys. You see a lot of different. You'll even see guys like, what the fuck is he doing? If I look like that motherfucker, I'd be on the streets fucking grabbing a bunch of them, because I know they'll come to me. But yet he's here where I'm at, and he's paying the same price I'm paying. Why is he here? That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me. And I thought that was a trip that when I saw, like, okay, because I did go to one, and then I did see. I was like, there's a lot of different types of guys here. Like some guys that, like, they could easily land one if they wanted to, but yet they're here. They're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna drink my coffee and have this beautiful Vietnamese girl, drink with me and talk with me.
No, keep me company. Yeah.
And that's what I noticed too. I noticed, like I get it. At strip club, you're drinking, you're horny, you're seeing girls, you're having a good time. But this is why I say men are more romantic, because men are willing to go to a coffee shop, put in some money, drop her a good tip, just so you could talk. I mean, I think for in a woman's perspective, that sounds very dumb. What do you think?
It
A
just
guy-
sounds like you're spending your time on the being romantic with the wrong person. That's what it
yeah,
sounds like. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
overall, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like you're making that extra effort, that you're going the extra mile for that attention. So
yeah,
that
because
yeah, that could be romantic. I hear you.
yeah,
Yeah.
because easily these guys can just go to a strip club, drop a few dollars, hit the VIP room, and bada bing, bada boom, you're out. But no, these guys actually want to go to a coffee shop on the afternoon, drinking their latte and just having a conversation with a girl. That's it. Unless
Yeah.
they have a VIP room, then they
I
could just.
have I have met some guys that are like, oh, the girls that work at the strip clubs, they're good enough, or there's some of them that are good, and I tell them, you know what? A girl that has their heart and their mind in the right place, they wouldn't be going out like that. They wouldn't be in bikinis. I mean, of course, there's going to be exceptions, to the
Yeah,
rule. But for the majority, for the majority, it's like if you have your mind and your heart in the right place, that's the last place you want to be at, because you're trying to attract that real love as well, and you understand as well that that's not the place. That's not the place for that to happen.
that's true. That's true. All right, let's go to some of these things right here. Wait, what is the? Wait a minute. I think we skipped a few here. Okay, did we read this one? Because my daughter had a C-section. Okay, no. Red Cat Uprock says Cali foods want to experience natural. Ouch! Ouch! Johnny Celorio says my grandmother was light skinned and my grandfather was dark skinned.
Mm,
Okay, my
okay,
grandmother was light
cool.
skinned.
So
I don't
you're
know.
mid tone.
You're a mulatto. El hermano says she's wrong. A woman is a man's crown and spine. They empower us to keep us strong. God created them to back us up.
Exactly, not to be your weakness,
There you
like at the
go.
strip club.
That's right. El
Yeah.
hermano also says the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Oh, that's too sweet.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. But I think back then it was a lot easier. You didn't have phones. All you had was
Right.
you had sheep that you would grow or you would sell glass or back in those days, you were either a carpenter or but you didn't have too much competition and the wife normally would stay home and only go out when you had to go shopping.
Right. And it makes me wonder nowadays, people are like, they go berserk. Oh, he didn't text me back in 10 minutes. And it's like, dude, how did they do it back in the 1800s when they didn't even have phones? They were had to wait for the homeboy to get home. Like, like now you can't even go 5 minutes without talking to this. Well, that's crazy.
They're like,
What are
that
we
should have taken
doing?
you 5 days to get here. You took six. What did you do with that extra day?
Exactly. Like, man.
You're right. You're right. The red cap of rock says that every guy, some are just ah, that every guy, some are just more honest about their desires. True.
I hear you. I hear you. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta find a real woman as well for her to be able to handle the truth.
The red cat of rock says FK paying for. I guess he's saying F paying for a talk. If I want good conversation, I'll talk to myself. Dang.
How was your day? It was good. How was yours?
You know what? I did have a thing that I want to talk to you about. Now that you're here. All right, all right, Lattes. We know you could talk to yourself and have a good combo, but some people, they need that communication from the female perspective.
That backboard
Yeah, the backboard.
to hear like their conversation. You know how like that's what they call it, like when like a board, a soundboard. I'm sorry,
Oh, a
soundboard,
soundboard.
not
Okay.
backboard, soundboard. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. For the most part, you definitely want to hear that input from out. Another thing.
Or
A
see
woman.
expressions. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. But yeah, you know what? I think we had a very good, interesting conversation tonight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was great.
Yeah, for the most part. Is there any topics you want to talk about? Because I think we're about to head on out.
No, no, no. I'm good, Norbis. That was pretty much the ones I sent to you. So thank you for
You know,
taking
it's
the
funny.
time to make those the highlight.
It's funny because it never feels like it never feels long when I'm talking with you. Everything. I mean, I'm so shocked that we've already been on here 2 hours.
To be honest with you, I'm always very nervous at the beginning when we're first talking. I'm like, because I see you like, you're established. I'm like, oh, but even, I'm just me. So I just keep going. But I do get a little nervous at the beginning.
No, and you should, and I totally get it. I totally get it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time, well, I don't remember the first time I went live. You know what? Since I grew up in East Hollywood, there's always been cameras around me. Like, and
Oh,
actually, I grew up in Hollywood also, so I've always been in front of cameras. So I never ever felt nervous in front of one,
mm.
and I've always been very expressive, like, and which sometimes gets me in trouble. But for the most part, I always enjoy, just being in front of a camera, and just talking. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm having fun doing it.
That's right.
And but it did help that when I started with Tony A. Rhodium, we did this one show segment called "Drinking with the Wizard."
Mm.
So it
Yeah,
definitely helped that I put a few drinks in me before we went live,
yeah.
and it was good times. But for the most part, it was good practice as far as me getting comfortable and being able to just talk like like we're having a normal conversation. This isn't awkward. This is very organic. They're very natural. It just comes out. I could talk to you. You could talk to me. And the good part about this is that you yourself, you're getting better and better every time you keep doing these lives. And I mean, to a certain point, are you considering just doing lives on your own channel just to be on there and speak on some topics that you want to more talk about?
No, not really. The format for my show, for my radio show, is more like no visual. It's mostly just like a real radio station, like just my voice. So no, at this point, I don't see that in my future. Like just the way that I have my format, I really like to keep the focus on my voice. But I love that I do it like this with you. I the
Yeah.
visual is here with you, so I really enjoy that as well.
Yeah, because this is good also. I mean, as far as for your part visually, I think it's good. I think you could definitely pull it off. And I mean, the voice does help a lot. You definitely do have that radio voice.
Thank you.
But for the most part, I think it would be great to watch a live on your channel, and you bring me in.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
I think we got to do one of the
Drink
one
it
of
with
these.
Norby's.
Oh, and I only have water.
Whatever.
Although
We're good.
yesterday I did have a michelada with Marvelous. So shout out to Marvelous for having a michelada ready.
Oh
I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie, I'm not a
Monella
big fan of
time.
micheladas. I'm not a big fan.
You're not?
No,
Why?
are you?
The spiciness?
No, that
Clamato.
the clamato,
The
that
clamato.
flavor kind of it's hard to work around it. But I mean, I could drink it. It's not too much, but at the same time, I don't know. I think I like these like more like fruit flavored beers. I think
Okay.
like a mango flavor
Like
beer.
IPAs?
No, no, no. Like you know what? I think El Pacifico did like a beer that was like from mango flavor.
Really? I
Yeah,
never even I haven't never seen those.
and that was really sweet. I was like, "Wow, this thing tastes good. I'm gonna get hella fucked up off of this."
Damn. I want one of those. The one I'm drinking right now, it's orange flavor. So,
Oh, okay, that's
yeah.
like a blue moon kind of drink then.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
that.
I like those
Exactly.
drinks. Those are good. El hermano says I enjoy hearing TC speak. I think
Ah,
we all do.
hermano. Thank you. I appreciate you.
There we go. My high gives us some heart emojis, prayers, 100, fire, thumbs up. That aside, do you want to say any last words? Because I think we are done for the night.
Thank you guys. Thank you for being here on 4th of July as well, because I know everybody's busy with their families and everything. So thank you to everybody who tuned in. I appreciate it. And thank you, Norbies. Thank you as well for having me here today.
Always a
Thank you.
pleasure. And thank you for working around my schedule because I told you that the last that like man I've been so swamped and busy doing a bunch of other projects and I thank you because you pull me back into this channel that I enjoy being on because I always tell people this channel is for regular people, for
Mm,
regular folk. Where
yeah, the
other
common.
platforms, they're looking for every a lot of these other podcasters, they're looking for celebrities, they're looking for established YouTubers, stuff of that nature. If you're not up there and you don't have that kind of following, they don't want you on there.
Right.
Whereas here, I have the best conversations with regular folk. They have everybody has a good story, and then this is one of the reasons why me and the Jedi made this channel because every other channel is for like other podcasters talking with other podcasters or talking to rappers or actors, all that stuff. People that are doing that kind of stuff. Where I like to have a channel where it's more like with people. I know you're a rapper and artist also, but for the most part, what I enjoy is that you talk about real shit. We're not talking about oh, what do you think was going on in the music industry? We could talk about literally any topic and we could just flow from there. And that's something
Mhm.
that's very hard to find. And I'm glad that you're open to it and then you bring that much to the table. So thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you, Norbies. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome. And then Mama says, God bless y'all. The
You
Red Cat
too.
Rock says, great show, you two. All right.
Thank you.
And Johnny Solojo says, yeah, you guys have to do more shows together. We're going to try. We're going to try.
We're definitely live on my channel. That's coming for
There you
sure.
go. You heard her,
Mhm.
right? You heard
Yeah.
her. So make sure you turn on that notification on her channel, TC the G. Follow her. Hit the notification on hers and mine also, so you guys can know when we're there. That being said, thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight on this Friday night. I know you guys could be doing something else, but you guys chose
Right.
to be here with me and TC. So I thank you for that.
Thank you
That
guys.
that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. TC,
Bye guys.
bye.
Do anybody make real shit anymore?
Put the one on the flam, or get checked, but just toss that ham in the frying pan. I stand it done when I come and slam. Damn, I feel like the son of Sam. Don't make me wreck. That's with the check, got me going like General Electric. And the lights are blinking. I'm thinking it's all over when I go out drinking. Oh, making my mind slow. That's why I don't with the big flow. I got to maintain, cause it's like me, it's going insane.